First, I would like to start off this video by giving all my thoughts and prayers to the friends and family of Jillian Marion. Jillian Marion was killed in a fatal car crash on October 2nd, and I'm devastated, truly. I'm devastated. I never knew her on a personal level, and heck, I really don't know how long she's been at the school. But I know she was there long enough to create a solid bond with all the staff and students. Let this be a reminder that tomorrow is promised for no one. Absolutely no one. Because tomorrow you might not be here. I might not be here. Your family might not be here. I want to count your blessings. Miss Marion was literally one of the best teachers I can say to date that ever worked at Ep8 High School. I never had her as one of my teachers, but it was just one of those things, you know. I never knew her on a personal level, but you know, me and her had that type of student-teacher relationship, just like most students in the school would with any teacher. But she was literally, she was gone too soon. At the ripe age of 31. She was fairly young. She was fairly young. Time, I tell you. It's precious. That's why I tell you guys to go out and do what you want to do. Go hang out with your friends and family. Because they might not be here. I tell you to hold on to them. And hold on to them tight. It's rough. All the people of Hubbard are mourning her death. That's one less person at the dinner table, and that's one empty classroom. It truly is devastating. It truly is sad. And I hate to be reminded on how just precious everything is. It's sad. It really is. And to Miss Marion, because I know you're watching, you rest easy. You students and family are in good hands. Good hands. Thank you for everything, Miss Marion. Thank you. Come here, let me wipe your tears. It's okay. It's okay. You know why it's okay? Because we're back with another episode of Talking That Nonsense. We're on the 8th installment of Talking That Nonsense. So welcome back. My name's Michael, your host. Today, it's going to be just like the last episode, where we read a bunch of send-its from Snapchat and maybe go off on little mini tangents. But, you know, I don't want to dwell upon all of them because some of the send-its I get through my Snapchat, I do end up turning into a full episode. But when was the last time I actually made just a solid episode about one subject? Maybe 2-3 episodes ago. It's been a while, okay? It's been a while. And I'm going to go back to that soon enough. But I just have a lot to say, and, you know, I don't want to get too serious on this channel. So, let's see. Going over to send it now. Look at me. I'm so immature and so unprepared. But first send it. Let's see. How old do you want to be when you get married? Maybe late 20s, early 30s. That's about it. Like, the max is 35. Max. But, I don't see why not. I know marriage is a big commitment. But I'm not like everyone else, where like by the time they're in like their junior year, they've already been through like 5 different people. And I know high school can be the place where you find your soulmate, but you know, it's rare because let's admit, some people can be very picky when it comes to love. Some people can. So I'm going to be in my late 20s, early 30s, 35 being max. I don't see why not. Because unlike everybody else, when I fall in love with somebody, and like literally feel the connect, like I feel the connection. Okay, I feel it. I feel the spiritual connection with the person. That's the person I want to die with. That's the person I want to spend the rest of my hours, the rest of my days, the rest of my weekends, and the rest of my months and years with. So, I'm set. Next question. How late do you stay up? Or it's worded, how late are you staying up? How late are you staying up? I can only think they're attaining to like, how late do I stay up to make these videos? On a bad day, about 1 a.m. Because if you don't, like literally, this is literally the second time I've had to record this. Because this is like the second time I had to record this. But, literally, the last one was 35 minutes. And I don't know how long this one's going to be. It's going to be in the 30 minute range, something like that. But it takes me a hot minute. Every week I redo it at least 3 times. I think, and to a degree, it could be really good, and also it's just really mentally just exhausting because by the end of it, my eyeballs are heavy and I want to sleep, you know. But me, no, not really. It's actually, when I started recording that last video, it was about 4:20. It was 4:20 when I recorded the video. It's now 5:17 on a Wednesday. So usually I wash up around 12 and I get the video out by like 10 or 9 usually. So hopefully I get this video out before 9 because I want to go stuff my fat face. But yes, I stay up for the longest time for you guys. I want to let you guys know I do all of this for you because I love you. It really shows my dedication. It really tells a lot about my character, in which you can tell a lot about my character is that I am dedicated when it comes to things like this. Next question. This is from one of my friends, actually. His name is Jacob Arthur, not author. Funny story. I was on, I forget where I was at, I think I was on Twitter or something. I was having like a pretty heated argument about how Red Dead Redemption's character design and stories and everything, how it's has one of the best stories in like the gaming universe, literally. And when I was mentioning Arthur Morgan, exactly. I was mentioning Arthur Morgan. I actually put Arthur Morgan, and I said like Arthur Morgan like 5 times within that entire paragraph, and then I was just absolutely butchered in the comments below. So be wary of your pronunciation, and be wary of how you just write things, because trust me, like, I'll be saying like Arthur instead of author sometimes too. So what is the Arthur of this book? It's pretty bad. But this question is some of the best ways to spend time outside with your friends. Outside of school with some of your friends. Go to the park. Go on a walk. Ride your bikes. Come over to one another's house. Play video games. Play board games. Heck, you guys can just play games together in general. Because in the end, you guys are still together. If that be virtually, you guys are still together. And that's good. I can't speak too much from experience because, as contrary to popular belief, I don't hang out with a lot of people. As loved as I am, don't mean to toot my own horn, I'm like loved by all, but outside of school, I don't really hang out with people. I think I'll go to the library a couple times a week to see who's there, hang out, help the librarians and whatnot, because I'm that guy. And I might take a person down to the park, one of my friends down to the park, but that's about it. I mean, I'm not complaining, because at the end of the day, I still end up going with some friends. At the end of the day, I still have some friends that want to take the time out of their day to hang out with me also. Because not only am I hanging out with them, but they're hanging out with me. So I need to stop being blind about that sometimes. But yeah, That's what it is most of the time. It's just use your time wisely. That's what I'm asking you to do. That's what I'm begging you. I've been preaching that since day one. Use your time wisely. Also, I forgot to mention Jacob Arthur. He is the person that made my YouTube banner, that made my YouTube profile picture or something. And I have him tagged out in my channel description. So go swing by, go to his I think it was his Instagram or Snapchat, and hit him up. This man literally saved my channel, like literally. Before anything else, before my channel really took off, I had an image from Google. It was only temporary, but my channel was so primitive. He was so primitive, and then he came along and like literally revamped my entire channel. So I can say positively, he helped my channel a lot. He helped my channel advance. He helped my channel look more modern. I mean, by no means am I a professional YouTuber. Well, I mean, but he made me feel a little bit better. So I'm happy he did that, and I commend him. You guys go check out Jacob. Next question. Let's see. How rocks can be used in unusual ways. How rocks can be used in unusual ways. How rocks can be used in unusual ways. How rocks. You see, rocks being hard, it is just so hard. You can't even fit the entire thing in your hand. If it isn't my diet that's gonna kill me, it's my pronunciation of words. But with the rocks being hard, you put them. So basically, I'm getting this idea from Call of the Wild Man. It was one of the most TV shows out there that came on Animal Planet. And I got this from him. You get 2 flat stones, where you get a flat boulder, and you lay a shirt down on it, and you get a really big, flat, wide, rectangular, just huge, like really flat stone, and you lay it on top of the shirt, and you can iron it. Like literally, it's just a primitive way of ironing, because both of the stones would be sitting in the sun after a while, and it would heat up like really hot. Because rocks get really hot. Rocks can get really hot, and it kind of burns to the touch. Like especially the small ones, but the big ones get really big and really hot. Like really fast. Like get really hot really fast. And so this is just a little yee way of just ironing clothes. But I don't just like one of the most if we're gonna get philosophical, one of the most unusual ways you can use a rock is. I've seen somebody. Next question. The president of Bus 19. Now this is a long-running joke, but also since I'm mentioning this, I better mention this other thing. So I still do this today. I mean, like right now, I look pretty dashing as it is. Really, I mean, I look flipping awesome. But I also hate the sun behind me. It may not look as bright. It's like it looks terrifying on here, but it's not as bright as you think. But anyway, on my bus. At school, I used to, it doesn't matter. At school, I used to dress up really nice. I mean, like, I would wear this, and I would wear a tie, and I would wear a blazer, and I would look nice. And I carried around a briefcase. I mean, I looked so nice, in fact, that I was mistaken by a substitute teacher as a real teacher. So, they call me the president because apparently I looked like Kid President. The soul pancakes. Everybody gets a corn dog, yada yada yada, preaches about like world happiness and racism. I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen him in forever. He's really old now, by the way. I mean, like he's not like 50, but he's like really old. Like I don't even think he's in his 20s. I think he's like still in his teens. Like he's pretty old. And if he's in his teens now, that should tell you how old you are. You're pretty flippin' old. But also on that subject, I was called a lot of weird names. I was called a lot of weird names. Other than Mr. President, I got the name Black Jesus. Not many people know the true origin of the Black Jesus saga, and it's still continuing to this day. back in middle school, back in early middle school, for Halloween, I had a curtain, a brown curtain, dress shoes, and a fedora. And one day somebody said I look like Black Jesus from the TV show. So one person heard it, and then another person heard it, and another person said it, and then it just spread like wildfire in California. It burned harder and faster than a General Puro party in California. Basically, it just stuck, literally. I mean, it grew more in my early high school, late middle school days after that. But now, there are some kids that don't even know my real name and just call me Black Jesus. There are parents call me Black Jesus. Like, oh, you must be who they call Black Jesus. I'm like, yeah. But, I had to explain to the parents that it's nothing offensive and it's all in good fun. And there are kids still to this day in middle school that call me Black Jesus. I'm just an idol. I've been idolized and I appreciate it. I'm somebody that people look up to, apparently. I'm really popular. And, people look up to me. You're like the coolest ever, Michael. You're like the coolest ever. Yeah, I look up to you. It feels good. It feels good. Trust me, it does. It feels good. Next question. Let's see. Okay. Any tip for fake friends who talk about you, even whisper gossip about you, literally next to you? What? I thought there's no way. At first, it got me. At first, I was like, there's no way that's real. There's no way some subhuman would take the time out of their miserable, crappy life to gossip about you. The same subhuman that calls themselves your friend, to take the time out of their boring little miserable lives and gossip about you right next to you. How desperate, how petrified, how just terrible, how abused do you have to be to do something like that to somebody? Honestly, I think anybody that participates in that hanky-panky should be met with the firing squad. Because if there's anything I hate more, it's somebody toying with your emotions. Not cool. And nobody should have to deal with that to any degree of anybody playing with their emotions. Nobody. Not a soul. Not anybody. And then after participating in such hanky-panky, you think you could just rejoin society as if you're not lower than me. People like that weren't your friends to begin with, honestly. People like that were not your friends to begin with. See what you ended up doing was feeding into their curtain of illusion. Yes. You fed into their curtain of illusion. You could not see their ulterior motives because they obviously either wanted to sleep with you or they had something you wanted, like drugs or nicotine or whatever you distribute or whatever you bring to the table in that relationship. I ain't judging, but still. That's not cool. It isn't. I don't remember what it was exactly, but when I responded to this on my story, I said something like, do away with them, this isn't cool, yada yada yada. I mean, I was pretty livid because, like I said, I know hate is a strong word. We try not to use hate in the show, but it's true. Hate people that get toyed with, and I hate people that toy with their other emotions. It's just terrible. How just down bad do you have to be to do that to somebody? How down bad do you have to be? Pretty bad, right? Pretty desperate, right? Pretty terrible, right? Pretty god dang bad. Let's see. Next question. Biggest red flag in the guy. I'm pretty sure I already covered this in the last episode, and I responded to this on my story. I said something like, failure to establish connection, failure to, organize priorities, and I said like 2 other things that weren't really as big, but I think the connections and the failure to establish proper priorities are two biggest keys. What I mean by connections is, when I get with somebody and, I want to make sure we're on the same page, make sure, we actually love each other, like, if you're not with somebody that makes your heart melt, then you don't belong together. You guys do not belong together. You guys don't belong together. Okay, I'm sorry. I got a little hostile. But and failure to establish. Failure to organize priorities. I mean, like, take a guess. You can already take a guess what that probably means, right? Like, priorities. Like, if I just got with you. You guys remember the RTC, the relationship trophy complex? And how, never mind. Back to it. Basically, it's somebody that doesn't have the priorities straight. Like, if I just got into a relationship to sleep with somebody, I don't have my priorities straight, okay? If I just went into a relationship to sleep with somebody, my priorities aren't straight at all. They're not. They're cattywampus, okay? They're cattywampus. And that's some other hanky-panky that we'll get into some other episode. But really, it's... That's really when it comes to red flags. It just look out for that. And I'm not gonna say what most people would say, like, well, having too many female friends is a red flag. No, you saying that is a red flag within itself. That's not a red flag. And if the roles were reversed, then it comes down to, well, you're not trusting me, yada 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 yada, and then it's just a deep, dark spiral all the way down there. But don't get upset, okay? Don't get upset. I'm just saying we don't do gatekeep. We don't do gatekeeping around here, okay? We don't do that. We don't need to do that. It helps nobody. Nobody's happy after that. Those techniques do not work. Those tactics, those ethics, those principles do not work at all. They just don't. It's terrible. Dude, it's so hard right now. Like, I'm not even joking. It's so freaking hard right now. It's... Oh, God! Yeah. Anyways, next question. Let's see. So I'm trying to pick out some good ones because some of these are out-of-pocket responses, if you know what I mean. Things that don't correlate to the show. Ouch. Ouch. Ow. I got an eyelash in my eye. Anyways, next question. Rocks, blades, Duble's class, more Duble's class, wallpapers, Black Jesus, President of the Bus, every BBFs, best friend, gossiping, boyfriend, talking to anybody's spiritual teller. I said hi. back on mission. Now, I want to answer some questions from the last episode that everybody seemed to be intrigued about. Really, people just want to know what the future of this channel is, and if Dirty Dan, remember him? Dirty Dan's coming back. Oh yeah, also that was all the sending stuff. I'm everywhere, people. I'm everywhere. So thank you to everybody that put in their submissions with their names or anonymously. Your help is really needed. And if you want to add your question onto the ballot, check out my Snapchat. Link in the description, or link in my channel description. You'll find it. Now, like I said, people want to know the future of this channel and if Dirty Dan's going to return. You guys seem to be so intrigued by Dirty Dan. Why? Why are you so intrigued by Dirty Dan? Even though I'm the cutest one here. Even though I'm like even when I'm like the cutest one here. You guys are so intrigued by Dirty Dan. His masculine energy. I can just feel it brimming through my screen. He's just so alpha energy. Sorry for raising my voice, but and you guys want to know the direction of this channel. Maybe I should. I'll quiet down a little bit. I'm gonna quiet down. You guys want to know the direction of this channel. The last 2 videos, I think, were 30-minute videos. About 30-minute videos, and we're about 26 minutes and 50 seconds into this one. I made a promise a while back talking about how if the videos do good, I'll upload twice a week, and I'll continue to make my videos 30 minutes long. Because before, I was making my videos like 13, 14, 15 minutes long, and if you didn't know, I have a lot to talk about. I literally have a field day with this every time I record. Even when I'm after recording, I have so much to talk about. I'll even record myself, not even for the YouTube channel, just to record myself and then later delete it, because I just sometimes like watching myself talk. I don't know about you, but I could listen to a video or a Reddit reading, and I would just put it on in the background in my room, and I could just listen to that person talk, because I don't know about you. Sometimes listening to other people talk is just calming. Sometimes it depends on the person and their voice. It really does.
Because if you have a person that talks like this the entire time, and then they're trying to read something to you, nothing's going to get done.
The point is, it depends on the person. Man, there's so many oofy, goofy, oopy, goopy. Now, that reminds me. One of my bestest friends in the whole wide world. Since we're on the subject of hearing people talk, one of my bestest friends in the whole wide world. We'll call him Ernie. We'll call him Ernie. We'll call him Ernie. Yeah, Ernie sounds good. Ernie was one of my bestest friends. He's been my best friend since middle school, and we've been through literally. I'm sorry, but hell and back. It's just the way it is. It is. But I was sitting at lunch with him as I usually do. But I was sitting at lunch with him. He was like, "Hey, you know that YouTube channel you do?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That talking that nonsense stuff." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I listened to like the first episode, and I'm currently listening to the second episode." I'm like, "What? Really?" He's like, "Yeah, I put you on in the background while I was doing my OSHA crap." I mean, it's bad enough that he has to deal with my nonsense on a daily basis, every day, at school, during lunch, the only grace period that some people have. But for him to say that he listens to my videos, if you could see a black man blush, you would have saw it. Because when I tell you, when he told me that, I tell you, I got so excited. I took a breath. I looked him dead in the eyes. I was like, I got really happy. Sorry, earthquake. I got really happy. I need to calm down today, man. I'm probably going to end up having to redo this video because I've just been so out of pocket this entire video. I just recently had to had to record another one because when I was, it doesn't even matter. The point is, hopefully this video goes through. But yeah, that was it. Maybe next video, I promise. This is a promise, and I'm putting this out on the internet. And if I don't keep my promise, then I am not the creator you guys think I am. But I'll make a promise. Next video will be a controlled video, just like the last couple of videos. The beginning, talking on, as Homer said, the beginning and like relationship rambles and why are we sad? Those were pretty like tame videos, semi-serious videos, because apparently people seem to like when I do semi-serious videos. Because apparently, some of the stuff I do make are valid. Like, I've had people that I don't even talk to at my school come up to me that I never think in 1,000 years would come up and approach me and be like, hey, I checked out your YouTube channel, and some of the stuff you talk about is pretty valid. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, some of the stuff you talk about is pretty valid. I'm like, shucks, thanks, man. And then we hugged, and then we kissed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm starting to get the little jitters. I'm starting to get the recording jitters. I get the recording jitters whenever, after a while, I get tired and then I just get a spike of energy while I'm recording and I end up doing some pretty out-of-pocket stuff. But hey, what are you going to do? Because look at me straight. Look at me straight. Here at Talking That Nonsense, we talk about the most serious things. I am serious, always. Let's say that again. Here at Talking That Nonsense, we talk about the most serious of things and the most controversial topics known to man. And I'm never afraid to get my hands dirty and talk about serious topics. As much as I talk about nonsense, as much as I label this stuff as nonsense, it's not nonsense at all. Nothing I say on this channel is a joke about. Everything I say is serious. So remember, the next time you decide to talk crap about me and my channel, don't forget who you're messing with. It seems like my time here has expired. Wait, first of all, on a serious note, can we please have a moment of silence for Miss Marion? Thank you. Then again, like I said, it seems like my time here has expired. We're a whole 33 minutes into this recording process, and I want to go feed my fat face. Make sure you go do something you enjoy. Go hang out with your friends and family. Because at the end of the day, nobody is more important than you. Then again, my name is Michael, your host, and this has been Talking That Nonsense. Ah! Ouch. Jesus Christ. Ouch. You still here?